People, let me tell you, I work hard every day. I get out of the bed, I put on my clothes, 'cause I've got bills to pay. Now it ain't easy, no, I don't need no help. I've got a strong will to survive. I've got a deeper love, deeper love, deeper love inside, and I call it right. Your deep love, right? Your deep love, right? Your deep love.
We are at Campomarzio70 Central Gallery in Rome with Kilian for the launch of its new collection in the Garden of Good and Evil. Which are the highlights of this new collection and how is it different from the previous ones?
Oh, I think it's very different from the previous one, although I think it keeps with what I like to do, which is always to take inspiration from the past and bring it into today's world. So L'Œuvre Noire was very much inspired by poetry, French poetry, rap lyrics, and I tried to transpose that world into perfume. For In the Garden of Good and Evil, of course, it's a contemporary metaphor of the original sin of the Garden of Eden. But I think besides that, I think both collections are entirely different. And from an olfactive standpoint, because it's a collection built on the concept of forbidden foods, the entire collection has been built around how can we make start from a beautiful fruity accord, but dress it with spices, with flowers, with woods, in order to have a beautiful luxury fruity perfumes. And as you know, in my past collection, this is a world that I didn't even touch. So I think even from an olfactive standpoint, they're both very different.
All the fragrances by Kilian are developed starting from a peculiar inspiration. What is most inspiring for you? Art, photography, poetry?
Actually, it can be anything. The starting point can be an image, can be a movie, can be a lyric, really anything. In the Garden of Good and Evil, the inspiration was a photo shot by Rankin of Heidi Klum holding a snake and battling the snake. And what I found really interesting in this image is that the woman was not surrendering to the temptation. And that image was the starting point of the entire collection. Well, as you know, everything I try to do is always to create objects that would last a lifetime. I hate when people buy objects and then you have nothing to do with them and then you throw them, because that for me is not real luxury. So for this other case, I really wanted a box that would be an object of temptation, but coming from beauty. And the inspiration was at the same time vintage cigarette boxes from the 1920s, 1930s, but also all Van Cleef & Arpels Minaudiers. And I kind of mix both worlds into one.
Which is the trend in niche perfumery nowadays, and how does Kilian interact with it?
Well, I think I don't interact at all because I'm not interested in trends. And if I knew what would be the trend, I would go opposite direction. That doesn't interest me. What interests me is to come up and create beautiful collections that have a strong meaning and that people would relate to in today's world. The rest does not interest me. Well, I really believe that for me, real luxury cannot be disposable luxury. So for me, luxury equals timeless, equals lifetime. Thank you.